Like, I'm gonna tell you who I love. I'm gonna tell you if I'm excited about them. And you want to talk about like teams that typically disappoint. I'm excited about Atlanta. We've been talking for the last several years about what the Atlanta Falcons could look like if they had a quarterback. And they went out and got a really good one. Like, Kirk Cousins is polarizing. Some may say he's overrated. I'd rather be overrated than underpaid, says Kirk Cousins. Okay? Some may say he's not worth the money.
That's right.
You're worth what somebody will pay you. And there's a reason people keep paying this dude, and he produces. He might not always produce in prime time. He may not always produce in the playoffs, but he has produced. And Atlanta got arguably the top available free agent. I like Atlanta. They got the top available free agent to unlock the skill guys that they've been drafting every year for the last 3 years on offense. And they got a good offensive line is behind. They could take the NFC South from the Buccaneers. I also like Houston. Okay, go ahead. You want to talk about Atlanta? Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'll just say quickly, Atlanta still has a lot to prove to me, and I do like the Kirk Cousins signing. But every time we look at the NFC South, I just got to stand up for Tampa quickly, because the NFC South is always a part of this offseason conversation of, hey, NFC South is wide open. They've won 3 straight. Tampa has won 3 straight NFC Souths, and one of them was like, hey, one was with Tom Brady, but that team finished under 500 and still won the division with Brady. They won it last year with Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. They brought back everybody.
They haven't won in 3 straight years, because Brady was in Tampa for 2 years, right? Wasn't he in Tampa for 2?
Right.
The first year they didn't win the division.
No, he was for 3.
Remember?
He was for 3.
He was
there for 3 though.
Okay.
And they didn't win it his first year, but they won it the last 2.
Okay. The last 3 years you're saying they won it. Baker in the last 2. Gotcha. He was there for 3 years. Okay.
Right.
My point is, the 3-year run doesn't include the Super Bowl year, is what I'm saying. That doesn't include that, to your point.
Right.
Anyway, no, it still goes through Tampa until further notice. But I'm saying I love what Atlanta did, and just speaking of South, but AFC South, I love what Houston, our guy DeMeco Ryans did. Picking up Joe Mixon, not quite Derrick Henry, but he could be good. No, not feeling Joe Mixon? Maybe that's the fantasy guy.
I wish I had more hands. Hey, look.
What about Danico Autry? What about Danielle Hunter? Okay, I know you're feeling Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, I like that. I like those moves. But
okay, Azeez Al-Shaair. Come on now, that defense is going to be even more aggressive. The defensive signings I like more than Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Technically, it's going to be a trade. Technically, it's going to be a trade, which should be official in the next 9 minutes or so. But the defensive signings, that's the ones I like the most. Building that team in his own image,
You know what I'm surprised, though? I was surprised, and shame on me not, paying attention to their offensive dynamic more closely. I just remember last year, I paid so much attention to C.J. Stroud, and just kind of beating my chest and patting myself on the back for saying, I told you so on not you, but just in general, I told you so on C.J. Stroud. What I didn't pay attention to is how much they struggled to run the ball last year. I didn't realize they were at the bottom of the league in their rushing attack.
Devin Singletary gave him some juice at the end of the year, as I recall. Devin Singletary started to kind of take off. But yeah, they weren't consistently good.
Not great. And so I wonder with Mixon stopped talking to the Cincinnati media last year, or maybe even before that. He was upset. So they didn't have a great relationship with him. And part of the reason they didn't have a great relationship because they actually held him accountable. They actually wrote about what he did and his lack of production and how he got yards, but his yards were below. I don't know if you like this metric. His yards were below expected.
Below expected
yardage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he really took issue with that. I wonder if he'll be as productive in Houston and if he will respond to sharing that running back room or that lead role. He's not gonna be the guy. So you gotta share it.
So you're saying pump the brakes? Like don't get excited about the shiny names?
I'm saying it's March. I'm coming back at you, Playboy. It's March. So we'll see how Houston did in free agency. They don't
Or you're
get
not
the
giving a
Mike
grade?
trophy. They don't get the trophy. That's already retired. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.